You know what a BRICS nation is? Well, you'll figure it out.
Previously on Jamaica Joining BRICS, we explored Jamaica's recent invitation to the BRICS Summit, and the feedback was massive. Now this video is a part 2, which is brutally honest about this life-changing situation, so grab your snacks and watch the full video.
What sort of nations, I mean, if you had a wish list, what sort of nations do you think should be part of BRICS plus an expansion?
Well, clearly, the CARICOM countries should be included if that consideration were to come to reality. There's no question about that. The outreach also includes many African states. So, you know, from my interest, clearly the Caribbean should be invited if that consideration were to come to reality.
What if I told you that Jamaica could be on the verge of making a decision that could change the island's economy forever? A decision that could shift power dynamics, realign international relations, and challenge the influence of the United States over the region? This is not a fantasy. This is the reality of Jamaica potentially joining BRICS. But what would that really mean for our people, our economy, and our future? The answer might shock you. This is the brutally honest truth about Jamaica and BRICS. Stay locked in, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at global politics the same way again. What is BRICS, and why was it formed? BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. It was officially formed in 2009 as a response to the dominance of Western-led financial institutions like the IMF and the World Bank. These countries felt that the global economy was being controlled by a small group of powerful Western nations, leaving developing economies at a disadvantage. Over the years, BRICS has grown into a powerful economic bloc, controlling over 31% of global GDP. Yes, more than the G7. But now, BRICS is expanding. More nations want in. Some are being accepted. Some are being denied. So, where does Jamaica fit in? Segment 2. How does a country join BRICS? Unlike the UN or the EU, there is no formal application process for BRICS. Countries must be invited by the existing members. BRICS is strategically choosing countries that benefit their global vision, whether economically, politically, or through raw materials. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and the UAE were recently invited. But larger, wealthier countries like Argentina have been denied.
Why?
Because BRICS is not just about economic power, it's about shifting global influence. This is where Jamaica's fate gets complicated. Segment 3. Does Jamaica have a real chance of joining? Let's be real. Jamaica is a small island with an economy heavily dependent on tourism, remittances, and imports from the US. Unlike Saudi Arabia with oil, or Brazil with agriculture, Jamaica does not produce a critical resource that BRICS urgently needs. But Jamaica has something else, a strategic location. Sitting in the Caribbean close to the US, BRICS could see Jamaica as a gateway into the Western Hemisphere. If Jamaica were to join, it could open the floodgates for other Caribbean and Latin American nations to follow. This could be a game changer. But is Jamaica ready for that level of global pressure? Right now, powerful nations are making moves that will impact Jamaica whether we're ready or not. But here's the thing, if you don't understand what's happening, you don't get a say. Don't let the world decide your future while you watch from the sidelines. Hit that subscribe button and stay ahead of the game. Because knowledge is power, and power is survival. Segment 4. Will BRICS benefit Jamaica's economy? If Jamaica were to join BRICS, would it mean more money in the pockets of the ghetto youths? Would it mean better roads, better schools, and better wages? Here's the truth. BRICS membership could open new trade deals, cheaper loans, and investment opportunities. But it doesn't automatically fix corruption. It doesn't automatically ensure that the wealth trickles down to the people who need it most. If the government doesn't manage this properly, it could be business as usual. Rich get richer, poor stay poor. So, is BRICS really a ticket to prosperity, or just another power move? Segment 5. How will the US react? What will Trump do? Now, here's the part that might make some of you nervous. The US does not play around when it comes to its influence in the Caribbean. Washington has always seen Jamaica as part of its backyard.
And here he is, the 44th President of the United States of America, about now to make his way down these steps to touch down on Jamaican soil.
If Jamaica were to join BRICS, it could anger the U.S. government, especially now that Donald Trump has returned to the White House. We've seen how Trump responds to countries that go against U.S. interests: tariffs, trade restrictions, visa crackdowns, and even military intimidation. Remember what happened to Venezuela? What happened to Cuba?
New at 6, the Trump administration has revoked a decision that would have protected roughly 600,000 Venezuelans from deportation. The move means some Venezuelans with TPS could be facing deportations as early as 2 months from now.
In April 1961, more than 1,000 Cuban exiles stormed the beaches at the Bay of Pigs to launch a revolt against Fidel Castro.
What happens if Trump decides to punish Jamaica for choosing a different path? Just for 30 seconds, think about Jamaica with no tourists coming from America and no one. And really think about it, no one from Jamaica is able to get access to a US visa. Now, what would that mean for Jamaica in 5 years' time? Segment 6. What happens next is Jamaica ready. Jamaica is at a crossroads, and the decisions made today will decide the future for generations to come. This isn't just politics, this is about survival. If you care about where Jamaica is heading, if you want the truth uncut, subscribe now. Be part of the conversation. Because whether we rise or fall, history is being written, and you need to know the truth. So now, the big question: will Jamaica actually join BRICS? The truth is, we are not at the top of the list. Bigger economies are still waiting, but BRICS is looking to expand, and Jamaica could be an important strategic ally. The question is, are we ready to handle the consequences?
We have here with me the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Andrew Holness, who's joined us here. You're one of the representatives of many of the smaller nations here. This concept of BRICS Plus, expanding the membership to smaller nations, what do you think of it?
I think it's very important for small nations to be associated, invited to sit at these major global forums. It gives us an opportunity to bring our particular issues to the appreciation and understanding of bigger nations who are sympathetic to our situation. Small island countries have particular vulnerabilities. There are climate change issues. One weather event could wipe out the economy of a small island state. There are issues to do with global compliance, that the changes in international rules could negatively impact the industries and economies of small island developing states. And there's not always a hearing voice ear for the issues that affect small island states. So it's important that there is this outreach and that there is the consideration of having small island states, small economies at the table.
Are we ready to take a stand, even if it means upsetting global superpowers? If Jamaica joins BRICS, it could mark the beginning of a new era for the island.
But it won't be easy.
It won't be simple, and it won't be without risk.
So, what do you think?
Should Jamaica take the leap into BRICS or stay under the protective shadow of the US? The final warning.
US President Donald Trump has warned of BRICS member countries from replacing the US dollar as a reserve currency. Trump has reiterated his 100% tariffs threat that he had made weeks after winning the election. Trump said in a statement on Truth Social that his government needs commitment from BRICS nations that they will neither create any new currency nor support any other currency to replace the US dollar. If not, they will face 100% tariffs.
Jamaica stands on the edge of a defining moment. This isn't just about dollars and cents. This is about sovereignty, survival, and the balance of global power. The decision our leaders make in the coming years could shape the destiny of our people for generations. Will we seize a new future or remain trapped in the grip of old alliances? The world is changing, and Jamaica cannot afford to stand still. If this video has made you question everything you thought you knew about Jamaica's future, good. That means you're thinking critically, but the truth doesn't stop here. There's so much they're not telling you, and if you don't stay informed, you'll be left in the dark while the world moves on without us. Hit that subscribe button now, because trust me, what's coming next is even bigger.